Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at US scratch tickets and their expected values. And in this video, we're looking at the new Texas Lottery $5 $100,000 fortune ticket. This is part of the November 2024 series of tickets that recently came out in Texas. And this one is a number match game, and you've got two multipliers, 5x and 10x. And then there is another game on the back where if you can find the money bag, you win the prize on the back. Now here on this page, we're looking at the prize structure and odds that the Texas Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 4.35, and it does look like you can win anywhere from $5 up to $100,000. Once again, the $100,000 prize on a $5 ticket at odds of worse than 1 in a million, it's just not enough. Texas really needs to do something about the top prize because you got to have something worth playing for, and this isn't it. Now, the rest of the prize structure, nothing too crazy is jumping out, so we will mention taxes. In Texas, for any prize over $5,000, they're automatically going to take out 24% in taxes. I don't view the tax money as part of the value of the game, and so that is going to affect how I view the top prize. So instead of $100,000, I'm going to view this as $76,000. And with that adjusted prize amount, when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in between 67 and 68%. And once again, Texas puts out another $5 ticket that is horrible. We look for a minimum of 70% payout for every ticket we review on the channel. And that's because states can make plenty of money in that 70% range. So for Texas to put out, another $5 ticket at 67% payout just shows how greedy they are and how little they care about the customer you. And the other thing we need to mention about the 67% payout is that it does include all of the top prizes and upper mid-tier prizes, which not a lot of people are going to be winning, which means very few people are even going to see 67% payout on this game. And so what we want to know now is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be winning the top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes happens here at the $100 prize level. I want to be clear, I personally would never waste my money on this one. I don't recommend that you waste your money on it either, but we all know there are going to be people who play it. So when they do play, when they win, they're going to expect to see a prize somewhere between $5 and $100. There's a split there at the $100 prize level. It's about 40 to 60. So about 40% of these $100 prizes will fall here in the bottom of the prize structure where average folks are winning. The other 60% are going to join the rest of these prizes to make up the top 1% of prizes. Now, top 1% prizes are really difficult to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds, move that decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you find out that only about 1 in every 435 tickets has a top 1% prize on it, which means you are in $2,175 before you would expect to see even one of these top 1% prizes. So that is important to note if you are thinking about playing the game. Now, because so few people are going to be winning these top 1% prizes, we're going to take the value of all of these, subtract it from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to leave us with the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in between 56 and 57%. This is also below the minimum 60% payout that we look for the bottom 99% of prizes on all tickets we review. And the reason we look for 60% is because, at least in my opinion, when you're playing here in the 50% range, it just seems like you lose your money so fast that, to me, it's not fun to play. It's just frustrating. And so why would I buy a ticket if I know I'm just going to be frustrated because I'm losing tons and tons of money? That doesn't sound like a good time to me. So, Texas Lottery, once again, has not done its job. Now, here on this page, we are keeping track of the increases and decreases in Texas $5 tickets. The data point for $100,000 fortune, it's not the last one to the right, it's the second one to the right there. So you can see there's been a couple of small increases in a row in Texas $5 tickets. But I mean, 67%, it's just so, I mean, every single ticket Texas puts out so many $5 tickets. It's really ridiculous, like how much they're just taking advantage of people with this category. So my request to you is just don't play these tickets. I mean, the Texas Lottery is just making a fortune off of just people's ignorance and, I don't know, just willingness to let themselves get ripped off and taken advantage of. So don't do it, and encourage others not to do it as well. If you are playing $5 tickets in Texas, which again I highly don't recommend, in green you see the best ticket in every column, which none of these are good. So when I say the word best, that's very loosely. If you're playing for overall value, Super Lotteria and Super Cashword have the best payouts of any $5 tickets that currently have top prizes, but it's just marginally better than all the other tickets. The range of values in these tickets is just really, really small. If you're playing for odds, Super Lotteria has the best odds. If you are a more conservative player and like to hold on to as much of your money as possible, Super Cashword has the most money at the bottom of the prize structure for average folks. And then if you're more of a high roller and like to win a little bit more money when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, $500 Frenzy has the most money at the top. And then we are keeping track of top prizes over here as well if you're interested in that. Now here on this page, we're ranking Texas $5 tickets based on overall payout. 67.76 was good enough to make this list, but again, it's the sixth best $5 ticket we've seen come out of Texas. But again, even the top of this list is complete garbage. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say here. Here on this page, we are ranking based on that bottom 99% payout and 56.68. This is pretty rough for a $5 ticket coming out of Texas. 33rd place overall. Usually we see Texas, kind of loading a lot of value at the bottom of the prize structure for the average folks. This one kind of took a different tact, and it's a little bit more of a high roller ticket than we're used to seeing out of Texas. So, I think it's going to be one that people don't really like. Now here on this page, this is where we get to compare $5 tickets across states. Top 35 tickets are on the board from the 6 states that we're looking at. Texas, this new ticket is 67.76. You can see to get on the board, you have to at least have 71%. So Texas is way off this list. But what we really want to do is kind of pay attention, first of all, to what Massachusetts is doing. Massachusetts is the only state of the 6 we're looking at that has $5 ticket values where they should be, around that 76% range. And then the best $5 ticket that we've seen came out of Georgia, Fast 50s at 77% payout. And we have to ask the question, if Georgia can put out a $5 ticket at 77% payout and make plenty of money doing it, then why in the world is Texas putting out $5 tickets at 67% payout? That's over 10 full percentage points less than what Georgia did on this Fast 50s. That's a ton of money when you think about how many tickets go into just one game. One scratch game can easily have 10 million tickets that make up the game. Multiply that by the $5 price tag, and that's $50 million wrapped up in just one of these games. And, 10%, $50 million is $5 million that the Georgia Lottery put into the hands of its players with this Fast 50s game that the Texas Lottery steals from its players every single time they put out a $5 ticket, which is like twice a month. So they're, on average, I would say they're stealing $10 million from their own citizens. It's just crooked. Now here on this page, we have the top 36 friendliest tickets for the average player. So these are the tickets that have the most money at the bottom of the prize structure for average folks. 56.68 was not good enough to make this list either. And we don't see as many Texas tickets on this list as we do on some of the other price points. And it's just because the overall value of these $5 tickets are so bad that it's impossible for them to have a really good bottom 99% payout. So, it's a sad situation in Texas in these with this $5 ticket category. Now here on this page, this is to give a little bit more context as to how low the payout is on this ticket. The lowly $1 ticket in Massachusetts regularly comes out at 69% payout. That's over 2 full percentage points more than what you're getting from a $5 ticket in Texas. That's embarrassing. Best $2 ticket we've seen came out of Georgia, 75% payout. That's over 7 full percentage points more than what you're getting from a $5 ticket in Texas. This should never happen. This is completely backwards. You should never have cheaper tickets that have higher payouts than more expensive tickets, even if it is across state lines. Doesn't matter. Texas should be embarrassed about this. They should be ashamed of how they're treating their customers, and they should be apologetic, and they need to give some of this money back that they are stealing from their players. Now here on this page, these are the top 36 friendliest tickets. No, these are the top 36 overall best tickets that we've reviewed on the channel of any price point from any state. And you can see Texas is nowhere on this list. It's just seems like it's just full of Massachusetts tickets And, you know, it's clear that Massachusetts has the best slate of tickets of the 6 states that we're looking at. Georgia has some decent ones. Georgia has, you know, some of the best ones, but Massachusetts just regularly is killing it. And then here on this page, the 36 friendliest tickets to the average player. So these are have the most money at the bottom of the price structure for average folks. Now, that's about it for this video. And for the Texas Lottery $5 $100,000 fortune ticket, it's not a fortune for you. It's a fortune for them. Don't be fooled. Please don't let yourself get taken advantage of by the Texas Lottery, because that's exactly what they're doing. If it were me and I really wanted to play $5 tickets, I would find a scratcher in Massachusetts that I like and trust on social media and go in on some of those $5 tickets from there, because you're going to get way more money, way more bang for your buck doing that than you are wasting your money on these Texas tickets. But that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.